Great. Good morning. Might wobble a bit. No, it didn't. Good. That is good. And we are live now to Body Soul app as well as to the YouTube channel, my Facebook profile, my Facebook page, mytimetv.live. So it's wonderful to see each of you here who are present on this wonderful Monday morning, the 18th of April. And it is the public holiday here in South Australia, and I suppose the rest of Australia as well, for the Easter long weekend. So good morning, Keza. It is a great time to be here in the peacefulness of a quiet household, of the birds singing outside in my front yard, and just generally feeling at peace overall. It's been a hectic family weekend, so it's lovely to have this peacefulness, the nature doing its thing outside. I hope that your Easter was absolutely blessed as well, in whatever way it was for you, in enjoying time with others, with your solitary moments of self and reflection, and all those things that you need to be as part of you. So, good morning, Paula. Just saw you there. Good morning, good morning. And we have Anne here as well. Hi and hello. And I like this one because you've got the little love heart with it, so thank you. And Keza, you're at work. I bet you it would have probably been a very busy weekend for you too. You're in the retreat type industry, aren't you? Or accommodation and that sort of thing for retreats. So it's lovely to have you here and spending time with us. Even if you're in the pocket, it doesn't matter. Thank you. Now, we are here for the daily LENORMAND card spread reading, though, besides all the lovely greetings and seeing everybody, and for those especially who are on replay, because you may be able to sneak in a good long sleep in. I've been up early because it's just part of what my habit is. It's just how I do my day. I start early. But for those who are on repeat watching replay after a beautiful sleep in, well done. Yeah, full house. I thought you might have been. Yes. And good morning, Kim. And passing on that good morning to everyone as well. Thank you, Kim. Lovely to see you here. It's so nice to see that you're having some time off as well, not driving as we're doing the morning reading. So it's good to see you here. Now, I do have a slightly different reading. I just realised how high up that is, but that's about okay. Now I've lost my train of thought. I do have a slightly different card spread this morning. I decided to use because it is still a weekend, even though it's a long weekend of our own fabrication, so to speak. Well, time is, isn't it? It is a fabrication for our use. So we are going to make good use of it now. We'll switch over to the cards, tune into your connection with spirit in whatever way you need to. Tap into your psychic senses, your intuition, your gut feelings, whichever way you like to label it. Connect with your spiritual guidance as we move across to the cards. And here we have them. Now, I am using the Rana George deck of cards because it's the weekend, long weekend, and I do use the different card sets. I've only got 4 Lenormands, but I love using them and I love rotating them at times. So here's the Rana George gorgeous deck. As you can see, it is these cards here with the little eye on the hand on the back of the card, and these are 4 of what are the cards we're going to read. Now, I have taken this from the Divination Divided booklet that I've purchased, and you might be, if you've got time through the day at some point, I am going to possibly come back in and do some of these readings for the $5 a pop, just to get the practice myself in doing varied readings from this particular booklet. So do put on the, what do you call it, the notifications. Turn on your notifications for my Ros Boundy page here on Facebook or the YouTube channel, because I'll be going to both of those. When I do it ad hoc, I don't know the time yet. Okay, so certainly tune into that later. This is the spread that I'm using here replicated with these 4 cards, okay? So, and be wary of the spammer already. And here we have Nikki saying hello as well. Happy Easter Monday to everyone. So lovely to have you. Thank you. I'm just going to go over and see if I can deal with that spammer, because it tends to be better dealt with straight away if my system is going to load fully, because as you know, I have been having some issues with the live streaming via my Mac. It's been full, as in the hard drive and disk. I was lucky enough to have one of the family being able to give me a hand on how to. I've just got to do this. You might hear a bit of feedback, so if you just bear with me on how to actually clear some of the space using the Mac. So very, very advantageous, thankfully, that he was able to do that for me. So I'm just doing the report. What you do is right-click or hold the button against the right-hand side of the comment that you see coming up, and then you can report it as spam, and then you can delete or hide from your stream if you would like. So that's how that is dealt with on that level. From your aspect, I can do it in the background. I have just done it fully with a ban in the background. So we can do, it's not multitasking, but it's being able to do certain things consecutively, at the same time, but it's not multi-streaming. It's just putting the attention in minute little blasts from one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, that type of thing. So don't ever believe in multitasking. We are sending our attention to something else. When we do it, it's not 2 things at once. The only thing I've ever been able to hear that's been the 2 things at once has been the overtones, overtone singing, where you can actually physically have more than one note being sung and heard at the same time. It's really interesting. Good morning, Shaz. How are you this morning? Lovely to see you here. And we have another E popping in. I've just got to try and find that one. It looks like it might not be on my time. Let's see if it's on my page. And so it's been a lovely weekend. I'm just going to get to what we're doing in a moment. Have a good look at those cards and see what you think and feel around them as you are seeing what they have for you as a message before I start to put forward what is potentially my own interpretation of it, of course. And excuse me, that was a bit throaty, wasn't it? So I must have a bit of a flog. I have been talking a fair bit on over the weekend because of having family here, so it could sound a little bit rough. So there you go. Now, this we have from the book. It's got What Can I Change? And that is this card here. What we have, I am starting to explain the cards as I see it now. Now, I haven't actually looked at these prior to. I just chose a spread, and it's page 44 of this one, of this Divination Divided booklet. So I just chose a spread. I saw, okay, I put 4 cards down after I'd cleared and cleansed and cleared the cards and had them reset for this reading. So what we've got in What Can I Change? It is the whip and the birch broom. So it is about change. It's clearing out the energies and cleansing and getting old stuff moved on first before we can set that whip to its action of moving things forward. So what can you change? Look into what you have around and about you that needs to be swept away, not under the carpet, but swept away, so that it is clearing that space, ready for something that you're wanting to bring in as a new energy, a new idea, a new thought. Look, even if it's to the point of what you're wanting to do is bring a new piece of furniture in and you need to rearrange a room, you are going to clean it first thoroughly before bringing in that new piece of furniture or something. And you're needing to actually have some action behind that. the whip is about action and getting things happening, keeping them moving. So certainly, what are you going to change? Think what's in your life that you're needing to change up. Even in relationships, there's some things that you need to just let go. So clean the emotions out. What is that source of the feeling? Cleanse it out and let it pass on into the ethers where it needs to be, so that something new in a relationship can come forward as well. So it's not just for the physical. But those are two examples of what is about to change. There is something going to change, because it's what can you change? What can't you change about that situation? It's about how others feel. The flowers are reflective of, being thankful, grateful, and all wonderful things for your emotions, for how you feel. It's the thank yous. It's the beauty of nature being brought to your attention. It's the beauty of someone in your life is being brought to your attention, in being able to say thank you to them, or accept and receive their gratefulness and their thank yous and their recognition of you in their life as well. So, good morning, Deirdre. Just noticed that you're there with us. Good morning, good morning. So, certainly have that openness to that part of it. You can't change purely because it's the other person that we're looking at in this, I feel. So that is, you can't change how someone else feels. You can't change another person's opinion. All you can do is be you, and that may influence how they then react and gift you some beautiful flowers as a thank you. Or you see in another something that's worthy of that recognition. Well, it's not worthy of that recognition. It's just because you want to. It doesn't have to be that someone has to be a good girl or a good boy to get gifts. It's just because we love unconditionally. We do need to practice unconditional love, be unconditional love. So that is the combination of what we've got of what can you change. We can get into some active change and shifting around and cleansing out and everything. But there's the other side that we can't change. It usually is the other person. It's their responsibility to change themselves. And that's part of what then flows onto their environment, that we can't change what they decide to do in their environment and things like that. Okay, it's almost like the different ways that we might hang out our clothes. Each of us are different in how we place the pegs and the clothes to be pegged. It's allowing that with love, that we are different and we can't change that. So the other question that we've got here, are there any underlying influences with this? And it is talking about here, it's the relationships. Here we've got those who we are in that that cycle of relationship of promises. Like a ring really is a promise of never-ending, unending love. That's what we use as our symbol for engagement, for marriage, for eternity rings, those types of symbolisms, those signs that we gift to each other as our love and devotion. And what we're seeing here is, what are the underlying influences? It really is that we sometimes promise without, the full understanding of what a vow or a promise is sometimes. And we, it can be difficult. And it really is that we've got to work at it sometimes to continue keeping that circle unbroken, that we have, in a vow, in a promise. Look, we are still human, we are still fallible, but we are gifting. It's the concept, it's the idea, it's the intention of being as true to that promise, that vow, as much as we can through the rest of our lives, or whatever term there might have been with that agreement, because it comes down to the basics of, it is an agreement. And we've given it that cycle of never ending. There isn't a start, there isn't a finish, although we know in some respects there has been and continues to be. That's what our intentions are, isn't it? It's to have that continuity and really growing with each other in relationship. And this doesn't necessarily have to be that is man, wife, 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 man, man, whatever combination there is with anyone these days. It is that loving acceptance, unconditional loving acceptance of each other in whatever form of relationship we have, whether it's just friends or whether it's business acquaintances or partners, all those sorts of combinations. Feel into that, what it is actually meaning for you. The key, as what we've got as that fourth card here in this spread, is the outcome. So the key opens up new doorways, new pathways, new understandings, new beliefs. Can also lock them away too. Just be careful that what your intentions are is to actually open up rather than locking away. Throwing away the key doesn't solve anything. And can you find the key later? Do you really want some things locked away forever? There is purpose sometimes in that. I know for some people in the hypnotherapy sessions that locking away, for instance, the cigarettes, if it's a quit smoking session, it works for some people and the key's thrown away and they don't ever smoke again. So there is sometimes a very useful purpose in having that intention of locking away. What I'm feeling with this really is the opening up of what is the communication, the beingness in relationship with another person, as either, it's the friends, whatever combination it means for you in your life situation. It is opening that doorway to possibilities. So that's what that one is for, the key in that position of the outcome here. Okay, and good morning to you, Kirsty, as a newbie on this. I'm not quite sure where you are, whether you're on my timetv.live or my Ros Boundy page. Welcome anyway. So lovely to see you there. It'd be lovely to have you follow over to my Ros Boundy page because I don't always come into the mytimetv.live. Some of them aren't, and I may be this afternoon doing the ad hoc. I'll just go back to that because we have finished that reading. Interpret into it what you feel. Go back and have a look at it if you need to and watch the replay as many times as you like because it's not taken down. So, but certainly with some of what I do, it is on my Ros Boundy page only, not always on the mytimetv.live. Or it can be most of the time on YouTube as well. So I'll invite you over to my YouTube channel. I am working to get that to the 100 plus. I'm not sure what number is used there as having the, the YouTube Ros Boundy as the URL. At the moment, it's still those numbers. But my aim and intention is to have that grow to at least that point where I can have people look up and put in a URL that has my name. It's so much easier than trying to do a search, isn't it? So thank you, Keza, and you have a beautiful day as well. Love those beautiful hearts, the namaste hands, prayer hands, and the clovers. You are learning my favourites, and I like the owl occasionally too. As those who are regulars know, my owls are important. You can see them in the back. Hang on, that's it. Which side am I on? This one. There. And we've got there. See that? There's a little owl. There's a little owl. They're around the place. They love. And also that one there, the pot plant actually is an owl face. Anyway, that's it. Thank you so much for being part of my morning. And thank you so much for being here. Certainly let your family, friends, whoever you know would enjoy having a little reading in the morning, that the practice of connecting with this yourselves, with your spiritual guidance, as I'm just reading out the generic sort of meaning with the cards, but it is intuitive in the flow, the story. It creates what for you is meaningful in your life situation, and being able to actually just have that opening up of your connection with spirit. It does take a practice, and it's a wonderful time to spend with each and every one of you too. I love it. So thank you, Kim. Thank you, thank you. And you have a great day, each and every one of you, as you move about your Easter Monday. Or if you're in another space and place that you don't recognise or you don't have Easter as part of your belief system, that's okay too. Every single one of us is unique, and we have what we use as our own understanding of our connection with spirit, with our God, with Christ, whatever, with Allah, with I'm not sure of the others because I haven't studied them. I haven't been in those cultures. Whatever your belief system is, faith, trust in you through that. It's all coming back. It really does come back to that inner you, your soul, that inner connection that does stay connected with spirit in some form. So thank you, everyone. And a lovely one with the hours. Thank you. Thank you, Deirdre. And Sue, thank you to you as well. I just feel like rubbing that Buddha's tummy, isn't he, cutie? So have a wonderful day for the rest of it. I will be back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, pretty much guaranteed. I think I've sorted out the Mac because I am using the eCam into the Be Live, as I have been used to doing for the length of time that I've been doing this. So it's wonderful to have it sort of nearly there. Back to normal. So it's lovely to be here this way, and also on the Body Soul app. So tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, keep being the best you that you can be. Just keep an eye out that I might be back here on my Ros Boundy page and YouTube channel as a practice reading from the divided divination system today. That's one of my goals, but keep an eye out. Notifications, the little ding bells are good for that. So, till later. Be the best you. Namaste. Trying to get the sequence of which ways to close this with the app. So, bye now.